Pioneer. Guys, because last video had so much support, I really appreciate it. I'm going to do another 2300 gems on this video. Super easy to enter once again. Just please drop a like on the video and leave a comment on the video about the tier list and let me know your thoughts and if you'd make any changes. Rightio guys, so good luck to the giveaway winner. We are drawing right now for 2300 gems. And the winner is Sam Heldman. I have both Gimli and Legolas at R6 and want to figure out which I should spend my time on. Any advice? So hopefully that would have helped him out with the guide. And thank you so much for watching. Absolutely insane. I hope this evil tier list helped you guys out. And don't forget to enter the 2300 gem giveaway. Yo, what is going on guys? EJ here, bringing another Lord of the Rings Rise to War video. Today, guys, we're going to be looking at the Evil Commander tier list. I have a very special guest today, the Second Breakfast Club. He's going to be helping us out with the tier list. We're going to be going through alphabetically. A huge thanks straight away. The support on my last video was absolutely insane. So I'm going to do another 2300 gem giveaway for you guys. And as you probably would have seen at the start of the video, congratulations to that winner. But I'm here with the Second Breakfast Club. How's it going, mate?
Good, brother. How are you?
Doing pretty good. Well, I'm currently recording at 4:44 a.m. at the moment.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That is early.
But he's dabbled on the evil side as well, so it's good to have a second opinion. Two heads are better as one, they always say. But we're going to get straight into it. Basically, he did watch my last video, so he understands how it works. We've got OP, strong, good, average, and weak. We can also slot him in the middle there. But we're going to kick things off straight away with our first commander, and it is going to be, as you can soon see her pop up on the screen, Adune. Now, I think she's not too bad. She's got pretty good focus in that. What do you reckon about her?
Yeah, I mean, she's definitely a good focus commander. I know facing some of the tiles in Season 4,
Yeah,
she can do pretty good damage to some of our good faction commanders.
Oh, I would say she's probably good. Where are you think? I'm thinking around good, to be honest. Like, well, I got some pretty OP commanders, and I find her pretty easy to beat. I've battled her a few times in PvP, but that's about it.
I don't know. I might be leaning more towards the average, because as focus commanders go, she's definitely. I mean, she's got skills, but
okay, I think that's fair. I think we'll slot her in the middle.
Better.
Then we'll put her in the good to average position right there. Sound good?
Works for me.
Right, yeah, awesome. All right. Well, the next one, guys, is really simple. I wonder where we're going to put Armored Sauron. I think we can both collab on this and say OP immediately.
Of course, he is a powerhouse.
He's not unbeatable, but you do need the counters. Like, you do need anti-madness and stuff like that. Otherwise, he would just absolutely wreck you. He's super strong. Next, we have Azog. I think he's relatively strong. I don't see a lot of people using him, but I know can do a lot of physical damage and is pretty strong in that sense of things. Do you have any take on what you think about him?
Yeah, he's a decent overall commander, but definitely don't see a lot of people using him, which makes me question whether or not he's viable late game.
Yeah, I think he would be better than Adune, to be honest, but I don't know. I'd put him in the good section.
Yeah, that seems fair enough.
We'll slot him up in the good section. Remember, guys, this is just two people's opinion, so if you have any agreements or disagreements, the comment section is there once again. I couldn't read all the comments in the last video. It was absolutely insanity. Alright, we got the next guy whose name is Azru Core, but I call him the big fat pirate guy. Now, he can do some insane madness. I've battled him on a lot of tiles, and he can mess you up big time, but I don't really see many people using him in PvP, which is my main thing that I go to when going to the list. What do you think about him?
Well, actually, I agree. He seems like he could be secretly good. And just not a lot of people are using him. I'm very curious myself to start using him some more
Yeah.
to see exactly what he can do. Because he does have some good tiles that he's on.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think we'll
maybe
slot him up in the good section, maybe next to
certainly
Azok at the
good.
moment. Yeah, like I don't think he's super strong or anything like that. Like I said, I'm basing it on what I see a lot of people PvP, and I don't really see him used a lot. Next we have Ethereal, the Catwoman herself. I've PvP'd her a few times and she's pretty decent, to be honest. Like, I would definitely put her above as Azok in that for definitely.
I'd say she could probably fit in the strong.
Yeah, she's pretty good. She's got good focus and like basically a pretty good all rounder. I definitely would go with that. Okay, the next one, the Black Serpent. I would definitely say he's strong to OP. If not OP, like he is really good at countering a lot of commanders on the good side. Like, if you put Mimikill on this guy, but not even just that, like I've seen him with like the Fall and T4 and that, and he really seems to be a really good commander for the evil side.
Yeah, I'd agree. He's definitely up in the strong category at least.
Yeah, I would definitely put him. Like, if we're putting Ethereal strong, I would very happily put him in OP, if that's the case. So I'm going to slot him up there for the time being, if in case I make any changes later on. Okay, one of the newer commanders, Sestaro. Now, I've seen a few people using him in PvP, and I've versed him on a lot of 300 tiles, and that he is extremely good. Like, he's messed up some of my strongest commanders, like my Thaden and that, who was super OP. Even on the tiles, he messes me up. So I think he is extremely strong to OP. He can do. Yeah, what do you think?
No, totally. I haven't honestly seen him that much. Only occasionally on some tiles recently that I've been hitting. But he hits hard.
Yeah, I've battled him a few times and in PvP and as well, and he's really messed me up. I'm gonna have to. Okay, I'm gonna put him in OP to strong just because I don't think I'm gonna put him right there for the time being. I think.
Okay, that's a fair assessment.
Yeah, I think so. Our next commander is one of our newest ones, Glasha or Glasha, however you want to pronounce it. Yeah, does a lot of focus and poison damage in that, I believe, that I remember. Pretty interesting. Do you have any more thoughts on her? Because I don't know a whole lot, to be honest. I've seen
Honestly,
her used in PvP a little bit so far, but a lot of people don't have her unlocked.
I just unlocked this commander and very, very new. Definitely don't have this commander at a high respect level, so I can't even test out what all the skills.
I've had a look at the skill tree and that, and on paper, really good. I would definitely be happy to put in the good to strong section without an absolute doubt. So I'm going to place it there.
Seems like a fair assessment.
Yeah. Okay, the next one, Gorebag. He can really pack a punch, especially with his unique item. I bumped into him a few times with some of my commanders, and he's really messed me up. I think he would, definitely be OP to strong, to say the least.
Definitely in the strong category at least.
Yeah.
He's one of the best, in my opinion. One of the
best. Yep. I'm gonna put him.
Commanders you can get.
If we got Cestario to the OP to strong, I think Gorebag 100% deserves to be up there next to him. He can really, really do some really good damage. Okay, this is another interesting one. Gothmog. Now, he can be an absolute siege monster, which I do take into account a little bit. But he's also half decent at PvP as well. But I would definitely rate him lower than some of the people we just talked about. I'd roughly be looking around maybe the good section. What do you think about him?
I don't know. I think he's one of the best commanders you can get on the evil side.
Really? Okay.
I think his versatility is just outstanding.
Yep.
From running through your forts to taking down armies. I've run into him plenty of times, and he's just an all around powerhouse to me.
Like he needs to be respect 5, 100%. And I've battled him a few times, and if he is built right with high respect, he can be pretty strong. In saying that, I'd probably put him to the good to the strong section, unless you can convince me otherwise that he should go up. I don't think he should be any higher than strong, though.
I don't know. That would just make me rethink Gorbag's positioning.
And then
I don't think
up.
Gorbag's as good as Gothmog.
Really? Wow. Okay, then. Well, in that case, I'm going to put him up in the strong section then. Okay. I'm going to love to read the comments and see what people say about this as well. Because every time I verse Gothmog, I've absolutely wiped the floor with him. But I got to remember, I've spent a bit of money on the game and I'm pretty OP. So, let's put him 3/4 so his head's like touching the line. We're making up rules as we go, so he's there, you know what I mean? We're making it up. Okay. The next commander we got is Grima. Now, he's a decent commander, but if you got anti-madness, he's basically, you just absolutely destroy him. Like, I know he's really strong on the tiles and stuff like that as well, but in PvP, he barely does any commander damage, unless he gets that madness, and it is so easy to counter, and so many people are using anti-madness now, that I would definitely put him probably to the around the average section.
For sure. He has things that he does that are good in theory, but there's different evil commanders that so much better.
Alright, so we're going to have our first average fellow down here. Some people might not be happy with that, but just, it's just way too easy to counter. Like, and madness on some commanders can be terrible, but at least on him, it's not too bad. Okay, this is an interesting next one. Grishnak. I don't really ever see anyone use him, to be honest, ever. So I don't know what that's telling us about him. Do you have any information really about him?
Honestly, I think he's subpar to weak.
Yeah. I was gonna put him in the. I was gonna put him weak to average, just because.
He's not worth.
Yeah, I wouldn't waste your time with him, guys. When you got like tier 1, like Gorbag and stuff like that. That's why no one really touches him, and that's why. Let's put him in weak. I'm gonna put him in weak. No one uses him.
On a side note to that, I mean, you have to use. I'm pretty sure he shares respect items with Gothmog.
Yep.
And if you're gonna choose between Gothmog or him,
you
fair. Gotta go Gothmog.
Very true. I never thought about that aspect of it before. Okay, our next one coming up is very interesting. Who I think is really good. Khaldun. I would pretty much put him up there OP, just because a lot of good side run mounted all the time, and nearly every single time in their troop combinations, unless they got like a Gilgalad or something, and he counters mounted amazingly. I would definitely put him up in OP section. Do you have any thoughts on him?
I totally agree. He goes up there
he's super
all
strong.
Day, every day.
He's really good.
I run a lot of Cav, and bumping into him is a nightmare.
That's for sure. Okay, Kamal, the commander that you can buy on the evil side. I've actually played evil a little bit. I've dabbled with it a little bit, and I had Kamal. So I know all his skills and stuff like that, and he can do poison damage and that. But out of the Nazguls, I think he's one of the more average ones, to say the least. Especially with some of the other ones coming up, like the Shadow and Undying later on. But in saying that, I would definitely say he would definitely be at least as good as Zogodat, if not better. Like, I think if that's the case, I'd probably put him good to strong. What are you thinking about him?
Good to strong makes sense for him.
Yeah.
I'd even maybe just throw him into the strong.
Okay. Yeah, we'll throw him up. Alright, we'll put him in the strong. Sounds fair. This is why I got someone else in, because like, I might have been a bit wrong, and 2 heads, it sort of evens it out a little bit better. Okay, Kieran. He was super good, then they nerfed him, and then I think they did some more changes to him again, if I believe so. I've seen a lot of people use him again. Obviously, we know he can heal amazingly. But he should be so much better, you know what I mean? But in saying that, I definitely think he's at least strong or good to strong, without an absolute doubt still. He's pretty good. Especially for being a tier 3 commander.
Yeah, no, that seems fair to me.
Rightio, we'll put him good to strong. Okay, Lotr. I'll just get it and say it every time with the Nazguls and that. Of course, they do a lot of like poison and focus damage. All of them, most of all of them. Lotr, like when he first came out on the tiles, was deadly. I have battled him in PvP a few times. And he has messed up a few of my commanders. This was last season. I bumped into one of what was level 50. And he done some pretty good damage to me. But he could be countered pretty easily. It just depends on the troop combinations. But do you have any thoughts on where you would put him?
I think he definitely he's definitely good, maybe strong. I'd love to see, and I've yet to see it. I would really like to see a build where he has his unique item, because I think that unique item is, I think it's really good. And if you put some
we're thinking pretty much on the
and...
same line, because I was thinking good to strong, so I think we'll put him right up next to Kieran here. Yeah, some of these commander items are really good. In saying that, the next one we got up next is one of the fan favorites, Lurtz. All I can say is if we got Khaldun up in OP, like, we're gonna have to put Lurtz up there, surely. Like, he can be countered pretty well, but he can do insane amounts of physical damage, and if you get Mumakil on this guy, he's just nuts, dude. Like, insane. So I'd be happy to throw him with OP section. What are you thinking? Like,
I don't think there's much to say about him. He's one of the best commanders on Evil, hands down.
Yeah. Easy done. Boom. Alright, we're getting there. Okay, the next one. Mautok. From what I know, I've never versed him in PvP ever, actually. I've never seen anyone ever use him. He's actually whenever it comes to tiles, on the good side, you want to verse him because he's the weakest. So I think I might slot him straight down next to Grishnak there, unless you've got anything to say about him that could change my mind on that.
I have nothing good to say about him.
Poor fella, rip the dream. He does have pet doggies next to him though. So
yeah, he does get bonus points for the cute words there.
Because I love doggies, I'm going to make him a little bit better than Grishnak. Okay, this is another interesting one. The Mouth of Sauron. I think he's quite good. I versed him in PvP a lot last season. And yeah, I think he's particularly pretty decent. Like, if we've got Kamal strong, I don't understand why the Mouth of Sauron wouldn't be up there.
Yeah, definitely Mouth of Sauron's in the strong. And if he's not in the strong, he's the best of the good.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, well, if I'm putting him up against Fat Pirate and that, he just absolutely wipes the floor with them. So I'm going to put him in a clean strong straight away.
I like to call that a Fat Pirate Peter Jackson.
Oh, God. Oh, my days. Okay.
I mean, it looks like it's modeled out of his character. His
true.
Cameo.
You never know. We have a member in my group called Gollum, and we all say that he's Andy Serkis because he's like spent millions on the game. We have Kuwan next, who was released last season. He's another one of the Nazgul, pretty similar to like Lotr and stuff like that. I would definitely say he's a very good to strong commander as well. You're going to find most of the Nazguls up in that region. I don't know anything about his unique equipment except for I'm pretty sure he's holding it right now, and he's pretty good. Would you be happy with good to strong?
Yeah, that seems fair to me.
Yeah.
Let's see his Ebony Dancers, his unique
I
weapon.
did go over and read like all of their stats, but when there's only 32 evil commanders, so there's 5 less evil commanders. That includes Armored Sauron, then Good Side, and it's a lot of information to take in within the day. So yeah. The next one we got coming up is Saruman, and I think he is a really good commander if set up with the right troops. Like back in the day in the beta when we didn't understand the game a lot, he was a monster. He absolutely destroyed us. Like, in saying that, if you got the right setup with him, like, especially if you're playing Isengard and you have Snaggerthrax and that on him, I would probably put him up in the OP section. Like, I think he's pretty decent. Do you have any thoughts on him? Especially if we got Khaldun up in the OP section. Like,
I don't know. He misses the mark for me. And
I would say OP to strong.
See, I don't know. I think I'd go good, honestly.
Good.
Just because the way I kind of think about it is, yeah, Khaldun's really good. He's really OP because of how easy it is to get him.
He's worse than Kiran. That's what you're trying to tell me? Like, he's worse than Glacier. I definitely think he's better. Like, I have versed him, my mate who's got him at Respect 10, and I did beat him pretty easily, but I definitely think he's, okay, so I'll go good to strong then. I'm very interested to see what people are going to say about that in the comments though, like, very interesting. He used to be really strong, but I guess it's just caught up with him, I guess. But like with Isengard, I know his truth's pretty good, but we'll put him good to strong for the time being, and we'll see what happens. Okay, the next one, Sauron, pretty simple, straight up into the OP section. No
doubt about that.
He can be countered really easy with anti-madness, but even still, he can still do a ton of damage. Like, even if you got that anti-madness, he's still going to do a lot of damage to you no matter what, so he's really good. The next commander we have is Shargrat. I don't really ever see anyone use him. I have versed 1 or 2 before, and they were semi-strong. I think he's better than Mautok in that, so I'd probably slot him in the average section. But in saying that, if I was to do that, I'd probably move Grima up a little bit. So maybe I'll put him in the weak to average next to Mautok. Are you happy with that?
That seems good to me. Yeah, he's definitely not that great of a commander.
Yeah. And in saying that, and like the developers should watch this video if they do. Sometimes they do watch my videos. And maybe they can do some changes and some buff to some of these commanders, so more people can try them out with PvP and have a bit of fun. Because one of the things I do all season is try out a ton of commanders and to see if I can come up with anything. Alright, Shaku. I would definitely say he's at least an average commander. I've battled him a few times, but I mostly see people using him as a Parther, to be honest.
Yeah, there's not much value in him that you can't get elsewhere.
I just think because everyone just immediately goes for like Gorebag and stuff like that in the tier 1 section. So that's why I think he gets overlooked so quickly.
Exactly. You can do better.
But yeah, I'm gonna throw him in the average section though, because I've battled him a few times and I think he's better than Mautok and Shark. Okay, one of the newer commanders, Scar Helm. I've actually versed one of these level 50 and he's actually really good. Yeah, quite strong. I would definitely say in the strong section, if you have any objections with that. Like, I think he's one of the out of the new commanders, I think he's probably the best one that they've released for sure in a long while. Since Sestara, because Sestara is really good. I'd be happy to place him in the strong section. Would you be happy with that?
Yeah, that seems good to me.
Fair enough. We notice like there's a lot up in the strong section compared to my good section. like, you have less commanders, but you seem to have more up in the stronger sort of area. Alright, so our next commander is going to be the Shadow, which I believe should be in the strong section, which I've placed him up there, because our next commander coming up is going to be the Undying, which we do believe should be up into the OP the strong section. So we're going to place him up here in the OP to strong section. We're both pretty happy with that, aren't we?
Yes, yes indeed.
Easy done. Alright, coming up to the last 4 commanders now, we have Ugly Boy, or Uglak. I don't really see anyone use him again, so I'm probably just going to throw him into the average to weak section and not say too much about him. Would you be pretty happy to say that?
Yeah, I don't know much about him either.
Fair.
I never see anybody use him.
Here we go, we've got the next one. Can you guess who it is? Well, we know. The Witch King. So, with the Witch King, I don't know what else to say except for, I think we're going to place him, like, up here, like, on the banner. Because he is, insane. He's going up there.
Yeah, that's a good spot for him right there. He looks great up there.
Beautiful. He usually always makes my thumbnails because he's just an absolute badass. Absolutely insanely strong. Very hard to counter. Even, like, with Gilgalad, if you can get pursued on him, we're in big trouble. He's near impossible, like, to beat sometimes. He's just so strong and really good. So, he is not OP, he is God mode. He is Ascended God mode, Ultra Instinct. He's way up the top there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bumping into him is bad news for
that's it.
Anybody's apothecary.
The next one we have, I always have trouble. It's just like Yusra. I just call her like evil woman. She's pretty good. I versed her a lot in season 2. And like she used to really beat my Dane up a lot, to be honest. So I think she was definitely be up in the strong category, which is quite surprising. But I think she is quite a strong commander. But in saying that, if we have like Saruman and stuff in good to strong, I'd probably put it in good to strong. Would you be happy with that?
Definitely leaning more towards good. Okay. A good to strong seems fair enough.
We got a lot of commanders here, so I think it's fair. Yeah, we should put a good just a little bit under. In saying that, we're coming down to our last commander, who I believe another Fearless Pioneer will be using in the upcoming battles on the main channel, Zegrid. Now, I know a fair bit about him. The thing that's sad is when I first seen him, I'm like, oh, he's going to do so much burn damage with that torch. But then you're like, oh, no. That's not really what's going to happen, Rip. I don't see him a lot in PvP, but I would definitely say he's a good commander. He can be really good with Dunlending warriors and stuff like that as well. So I'd probably place him in the good section if we've got Azog and that Azog up in there. Would you be happy with that analysis?
Yeah, I think you nailed it there.
Fair enough. In saying that, we've gone through all 31 evil commanders. Is there any changes that you would make looking at the screen right now?
I know we got that huge cluster in the strong to good.
Yes.
And it definitely makes me question how the comparables with some of them, but I think you fairly got it spot on, at least from our opinions right now.
Yeah, fair enough.
I'm sure as the game goes on, we'll learn more about maybe some of the newer commanders and how they perform. But for now, it seems like a good assessment to me.
Me looking at it, I'm thinking maybe. I was thinking moving Kieran down, but because we've got Azog and that in the good section, I think I'm pretty happy where everything is. And that's pretty much a wrap, guys, for the evil list. But yeah, man, I really appreciate you coming on and helping give a little bit of a second opinion. I can't wait to see the comments. I'm sure there'll be a lot of mixed opinions. With my last one, a lot of people were saying I was pretty accurate, a few mistakes in that, but they were pretty happy with it. my my understanding of evil is not the best. That's why I got a bit of a second opinion as well. I wouldn't say I'm either of us are professionals in evil, but I think we come up with a pretty good tier list for you guys here. And yeah, please let us know in the comment sections below. And once again, go drop a subscribe and check out the Second Breakfast Club. The link to his channel and everything will be in the description, as you would have seen at the start of the video. So yeah, guys, until next time, peace out, EJ's out. Thanks for watching, and do you have anything to say before we wrap it up?
No, just thank you for watching this video, and big shout out to EJ for letting me hop on this collab with him. I appreciate it a lot.
I appreciate it too, man. Well, no worries, guys. Peace out, and I'll catch you in the next video. See yous. Thousands songs of the EJU Army. Yeah, you guys are legends to me. So let's keep up this grind. I'll never give up, just like